One of my favorite movie scenes is the final scene in the movie Tomorrowland. The movie stars scientist Frank Walker, played by George Clooney, who at the end instructs Casey Newton, as well as several other kids in Tomorrowland, to go out and find the people who haven't given up yet, as he tells them, they are the future. The last few minutes of the movie feature kids, teens and adults working to make the world a place. As each person is featured, a pin with the T logo for Tomorrowland is given. At the end of the movie, as these forward-thinking individuals hold the pin in their hands, they, with other link-minded people, are transported to Tomorrowland. The link, last seen Tomorrowland. This scene from Tomorrowland reminds me of education today. While everyday life continues and educators are bombarded with challenges and negativity, there are people out there who have never been more on fire about the unlimited opportunities we have in education today. Connected educators are discovering ways to find each other each day, and are excited about transporting educators and ultimately students and families to the future. Or the movie, Tomorrowland. Today's connected educators are scattered across the world. They are found on every social media platform. The Teach Better team, Dave Burgess Consulting and Resource, teachbetter.com. Mastery Chat Teach Better Talk Podcast. At Teach Better Team on Facebook. Not only is the Teach Better team a fantastic website, but it also hosts some of the most engaged educators I have met. The team does a podcast, Twitter chat, live segments and is constantly looking for opportunities to connect educators of all levels. I stumbled upon the Mastery Chat a while ago and could not believe how much I felt like I belonged after a short time. As I listen to podcasts with the Teach Better team and comment about them on social media, a quick response follows. Today, for example, I listened to a podcast on my run and heard about a grid method that sounded interesting. I wanted to hear more about it, and literally within a minute of sending out the tweet asking for a resource to the team, I was given not only one website and person of contact but an invitation to be a part of an online event this coming week that would address the topic as well. As I listen to the Teach Better podcast, I feel like I am locating people who have not given up, people who choose to be positive and fill their lives with inspiration regardless of the current circumstances in the world and education. Ray Huggard, teacher and incredibly active leader of the Teach Better team, says if social media is always negative, that's a you problem. Numerous people are looking for ways to connect and embrace the amazing things happening in education today. Isolation is a choice, and as Hunter Flesh at Edessentials and the Schools of Thought podcast says, there has never been a better time to be a connected educator. Connected educators are the people who have not given up and are the future, and it has never been easier to find and connect with them. Resource, DaveBurgessConsulting.com. Facebook, Dave Burgess Consulting. Instagram, DBC Incorporated. Twitter, at DBC Inc. Trap Chat. Podcast, several of the authors who make up the company have podcasts. However, Dave Burgess currently has his own called The Dave Burgess Show. Other podcasts connected to authors, The Real Journey Show, Making Learning Magical, INA Podcast, Let's 12 Better, Teach Play Learn. There are several other podcasts, but these are the ones I have experience listening to. Dave Burgess Consulting is like no other publishing company I have seen before. Never could I have imagined the amount of positive interaction I would have between the authors of books I was reading. When I ask questions or comment on a particular book I am reading, I am quickly launched into conversation with the author. The authors will even direct message me with ideas and opportunities to personalize my content and questions. When I read books from Dave Burgess Consulting, I am transported to Tomorrowland. Each time I interact with the company, it is a positive experience, and I leave feeling energized. The authors are very real but tell a story that bursts with hope and empowers a reader to want to become a multiplier. A multiplier, or dot connector, is someone who, once you find them, a whole new world opens up. Whether it be through their books, podcast, blogs, or everyday posts or tweets, these individuals have a way of connecting us to new people who will eventually transport us to be around more future-thinking individuals. While there are thousands of other people who lead educators to Tomorrowland, here are a few of the multipliers I have noticed as I seek out professional development. Ray Huggard, Dave Schmidt, Dave Burgess, Tara Martin, Adam Welcome, Lisa Tobin, Mandy Froelich, Dr. Lori Elliott, Sean Gaylord, Hunter Flesh, Sarah Johnson, Tish Richmond. Resource, edamamatchpublishing.com. Twitter, @EdaMatchBooks. Instagram, @EdaMatchBooks. Facebook, EdaMatch Publishing. Many of the changemakers who I connect with on social media are connected to this publishing company. I am learning that it is an incredible resource for educators to find supportive content that serves as a reminder for why we shouldn't give up. I am only beginning to uncover this uplifting educational publishing company. Their mission is to elevate the authentic voices of educators using evidence-informed practices to be the catalyst for change in education, and encourage educators to write their story. I devoured Divergent Edu by Minnie Froelich and could not have been more inspired to be part of the solution in education today. Whether it be a publishing company, a multiplayer running a podcast, or another educator facilitating conversation and connection on a chat, locating and connecting with educators who have not given up is one of the ways I am reminded of what is possible.